Okay. This is going to be a pretty short one-sided worksheet, then I got a double-sided that you guys can do together. Find the indicated measure, explain your reasoning. You don't need to explain, it's looking for the measure from A to B. A to B is perpendicular bisector. So A to B is going to be how much? 9. That's right. So A to B is 9. And E to the G. E to G. Anybody? 6. That's right. It's 3 here, so it's going to be 3 there. Perpendicular bisector because these are both equal in length. So E to G is going to be 6. That's also 3. S to U. Okay, so we set 2x plus 2 equal 3x. So we had 2 is equal to x. So 4, 5, 6. That's right. S to U is 6. Since these are equal, congruent, then these are congruent. Because I know it's a perpendicular bisector. If it's perpendicular and these 2 legs of the triangle are congruent. So I can set those 2 equal to each other. Find the equation of the perpendicular bisector AB. Well, hopefully I'll give you this one on Friday, because this one, it's the same as what we did when we had 2 points. You're going to have to find the midpoint and the slope. Then you're going to take the negative reciprocal, the opposite sign reciprocal of that slope, and use that midpoint. Remember that process? Okay, you got the same thing here, only the midpoint's easy to find. Because from this point, you're going up 2 and over 1. And here you're going up 2 and over 1. So this must be the midpoint, which is 1, 0. So the midpoint must be 1, 0. And the slope, we can easily see, is 2 over 1, or 2. So the slope of this thing right here is 2. So I'm going to want a slope of what? Flip it over and change the sign. That's the same thing as 2 over 1. So I flip it over and I get 1/2. And I change the sign on it, so it's going to be a negative 1/2. That's what I'm going to use. Because negative 1/2 times 2 is negative 1. And you have to be able to multiply and get negative 1. So all you got to do is flip it over and change the sign. If it was negative, you'd make it positive. Positive, you'd make it negative. So now you can simply use y equals mx plus b. So y is 0 equals m, which is negative 1/2, times x, which is 1, plus b. So b minus 1/2 equals 0, so b equals 1/2. So y equals negative 1/2 x plus 1/2. So if you get one like that, it's going to be pretty simple. You got the midpoint and you got the slope already right there. Remember, that's what you always do when you had 2 points. You had to find the midpoint and the slope. take the negative reciprocal of the slope. Find the indicated measure. Explain your reasoning. CAB. Well, since these are congruent and they're hitting at a 90-degree angle, then they're the shortest distance, so it's the same distance from this point to each side, meaning this bisects.
It'll be 40 degrees.
So yes, this would also be 20, so the whole thing would be 40. And DC would also be 5, yes. Because these are both 30, then I know these have to be congruent. Angle bisector. And BD, well, since these are given to be congruent, then I know these two are congruent because they're hitting at a 90-degree angle. So 3x plus 1 equals 5x minus 1. So 2x equals 2. So x equals 1. So BD is 3 plus 1 is 4. Plug an x back in. 3 times 1 plus 1 is 4. And I think that's the end of your worksheet, isn't it? No.
7, right? Is the 2 equal to, right?
Yeah, I subtracted 3x off both sides, so I had 2x. Then I added 1 to both sides.
So you subtract 1?
Yeah,
Oh, never mind. Add 1, sorry. It's okay.
I just did 2 steps in one line. Shouldn't have done that. Because my rule is push your pencil more than trying to. All right. You can hold on to that worksheet until Friday and turn it in Friday before you take the quiz. Because you're going to turn this one in Friday as well. And you can work in groups on this one for a change. You haven't been in groups for a long time.
Or so you just take naps. What? Oh god, Dirk's gone on the house.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, hard. No, doesn't make sense. Exactly the very next. Endpoints. Cookies medicine. Okay.